Warning. The opinions expressed in this video do not represent YouTube, associations, agencies, or any particular individuals. They are merely from two guys needing to pass the boredom of their average day lives. Some explicit content may occur in this or future presentations. Viewer discretion may be advised, but ignored if you're into that thing.
Hey everybody, I'm Wildman Wes.
And I'm the Big Bad Wolf Paddy.
And welcome to the Wild Wolf Show's Shocktoberfest, day 23.
Only 3 guys?
Oh.
We're getting closer and closer to Halloween.
I gotta admit, man, all these
8
horror
days.
films, I'm getting a little exhausted, but I'm having so much fun doing this.
I know, man.
I mean, seriously, I almost feel like I'm tapped out, but at the same time, we promised you this, and we will never go back on our promises to you guys. Honestly, we won't. So today is going to be one of our favorite horror films of all time.
Not really a horror film.
Well, a horror comedy.
Horror comedy.
A parody.
A parody.
A parody horror comedy.
And it was done by
a parody. We'll call it a parody.
And I want to say probably the greatest parody artist of all time.
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks. If you don't know who Mel Brooks is, shame on you.
Oh, I think everybody knows by now.
I hope so.
Yeah, I think so.
Otherwise, shame on you. Go watch a Mel Brooks movie.
Yes, there are many out there.
And they're all great. They're all funny. You'll laugh.
Silent Movie wasn't all that great, but rabble. Well, speaking of kind of like the black and white type films, this is the one we're doing today. Young Frankenstein. Oh, it's
a horror movie, comedy parody that's got singing in it.
Oh yeah.
Can't go wrong. You got Gene Wilder in it.
Yep, Marty Feldman, Cloris Leachman, Madeline Kahn, Terry Garr, even Gene Hackman makes a cameo in this.
Where are you going? I was going to make espresso.
Oh, the blind man.
I love him.
Oh yeah, but anyways, the review that we're going to be doing for this, much like a couple of the other ones, like Bram Stoker's Dracula a while back, it's going to be pretty short and to the point. It's a parody of the original, Mary Shelley's Frankenstein.
It's basically his grandson comes back and finds the notes and redoes the procedure.
Mm-hmm. Finds Igor, or Igor. Now it's pronounced Igor.
Well, he's not Dr. Frankenstein.
He's Frankenstein. Oh yeah, because he doesn't want to be associated with his
crazy grandfather. No, stole bodies.
Because his grandfather's work was doo-doo. I know we're spoiling it just a little bit for you because we can't just say, oh,
it's our first Mel Brooks movie, guys. Give us a break.
No, because the reason why is a lot of these films, chances are a lot of you've probably seen them already, and we just don't want to drone on and on and on, and then you're going to say, okay, we get it.
You were droning on.
Yeah, no.
So we're just mainly just reminding everybody what it's about and what we like and what we don't like.
Yes.
So
let's jump right into what we like about it. One of my favorites, we talked about the cast a little bit. Forgot to mention Peter Boyle, who played the monster.
Oh, how did we forget that?
I don't know,
man.
but I was
the late Peter Boyle, man. I miss him. I mean,
he's so
on Everybody Loves Raymond.
He was the dad on Everybody Loves Raymond. So he played the monster, and he does have some talking parts towards the end of the film, but it's when he's just acting like the monster, where he's grunting and groaning, and you have to get the emotions,
his facial expressions.
Yeah, like I said, not a lot of actors can do this, that they can convey an emotion or an attitude with just facial expressions. Peter Boyle nails it. You can tell when he's afraid.
Definitely one of the greats.
You can tell when he's happy. You can tell when he's sad. So Peter Boyle just nails this performance. I mean, like I said, he had the size to play monster. So I mean, big guy, stocky guy back in his youth.
I agree. I mean, and Marty Feldman as Igor. I mean, just because of his physical, situation with his eyes. His eyes go out, not like cross-eyed, but more bug-eyed that way. But he was always able to use his facial expressions. Like the way how he would look back at he could do the eye twitch where his eyes would flick back and forth. Just
the way he would smile, like when you would say something like "Flablusha."
Yeah, Bluka.
Yeah.
That was the very first movie in which they do the where somebody's physicality moves around, like his hump keeps moving around.
Wasn't sure.
Because they revisit it in Robin Hood Men in Tights when Prince John's mole is going all around.
But another thing I liked about this movie was just the cast in general. I mean, all great comedians. I mean,
just
Gene Wilder, Madeline Kahn. Like we said, we gave it a list. They're all just phenomenal.
Yeah, I mean, for their time, I would dare say they were A-list actors.
Oh, they were.
I mean, they never really said A-list actors or B-list actors back in the 60s and 70s. I mean,
you were
like
just
now.
actors.
Yeah, but they were in a league of their own.
Oh,
they
God,
really were.
So funny. Personal, I love Madeline Kahn. Like, the first movie I ever remember seeing her in was Clue.
Oh,
I've had a crush on her ever since.
Yeah,
and
it was a shame that we lost her many years ago.
But I still, I watch movies and I'm like, if I was around that time, I would definitely go up and talk to her. Mm-hmm. Very funny, very beautiful woman. Like, oh, man.
And I love Cloris Leachman as Rob Luker.
She may be, definitely top 5 funniest women of all time.
Yeah, I mean, next to Phyllis Diller, Carol Channing, Betty White, yeah.
I mean, there's just...
I mean, and the one thing I've noticed about her, she always kind of gets typecast as the horny old lady.
Yeah.
She really does. I mean,
it's great.
The remake of Longest Yard, that's a dead giveaway.
So, but yeah, so it's great. Let's see.
Some of the things that they changed. I mean,
well, like I said, it's not supposed to be Frankenstein. It's supposed to be his grandson.
Well, but I mean, changes from the original film and the book.
Okay.
I mean, the scene with the little girl.
Yeah.
Because in the original, we know it doesn't really go so swimmingly.
And again,
pun intended on that one. But it's actually a lot funnier.
Yes.
And the scene with the blind man played by Gene Hackman.
Yes, Gene Hackman showing his comedic chops here.
Yeah, and I mean,
usually he gets stuck in those.
That was a last-minute casting, if I remember correctly.
And usually Gene Hackman, I mean, he can be funny, but this is probably his best comedic role, I dare say.
I mean, his Lex Luthor performance was very campy with Warner Brothers.
It was.
This one, I would say, tops, and that was before.
Yeah.
So
I love him in it.
I think
and he's only in the movie for what, 2 minutes, 3 minutes?
And about 3 to 5.
And he steals the scene.
Yeah,
he does. It's just so funny.
Everybody rememers that scene for the most part.
Yeah.
That's seen it. The musical number of Putting on the Ritz.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, I mean,
I think one of my favorite parts is when Gene Hackman goes in there to talk to him to try to calm him down. He's like, whatever you do not open this door, no matter how much I cry. And then he gets in there and the monster gets up, open the door. What's the matter with you? Can't you tell what I'm joking? Oh my God, Gene Hackman was so far.
You mean Gene Wilder?
Gene Wilder. There's too many Genes.
Too many jeans.
Gene
I'm wearing
Wilder.
jeans. You're wearing jeans. They're all
Another
wearing
one.
jeans.
God, man.
Yeah, I know. Gene Wilder last year, right?
Oh yeah. But oh man, he was so funny. They're all so funny. This is really a great comedy movie, and it just so happens that it happens to be a parody of Frankenstein, which is why we put it on the list.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen any Mel Brooks movies at all, start with Young Frankenstein, then work your way up the list because this is a great way.
There is one before Young Frankenstein, The Producers, the
There
original,
is. The originals, not the Matthew Broderick,
no.
Nathan Lane one. No.
I mean, those two are awesome actors. It's just for me, Will Ferrell killed it for me. Kenneth Mars was rolling in his grave when he played, the German.
Producers is Mel Brooks' favorite film. I know that because his wife's in it.
Yeah.
So that's why he loved that one. My personal favorite one is probably Spaceballs.
Spaceballs, I do love Spaceballs. Blazing Saddles has to be my favorite.
There's so many good ones. Like
just
I said,
because of the social
we just
commentary.
named you 4 or 5 good movies to go watch. There you go. This was a bonus episode for you. So anyway, I have nothing really bad to say about this movie.
I can't really think.
This is another one of those movies that I'm giving an A+ because it's good.
Yep, I think this is going to be one of those only other ones that we're actually agreeing and doing them both an A+. We don't have many of those on this yet. I mean, I'll have to double check.
We got a couple. We have a few. I know we got a couple A+.
I'm waiting for the time when we have we agree on the very low grade, which I'm sure.
I think Cycletown got the same thing.
Oh yeah,
we got a D-. We were generous.
Previews from Hell, I think, did too.
No, I gave it a C+. You gave it a D.
No, I gave it a D-.
You gave it a D-. It was right there on the fence too.
Oh yeah, I know.
So anyway, guys, we're gonna close this episode out. I'm the Big Bad Wolf Benny.
I'm Wildman Wes.
And as always, make sure you guys like this video, comment on this video, and of course, I don't know how many times.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit the red button.
Because the more people we can get to subscribe to this channel, the more content we can
The
give
more
to
we
you.
know that you like us, the more we know we can produce better stuff for you.
Oh yeah, and we want to, because, you know,
guys, again,
we're still working on it, but, you know.
This is day 23 of Shocktoberfest. Can you believe? Did you ever think we'd get here?
I didn't think so. Kind of, but at the same time,
hoping and dreaming, and now we're doing.
I mean, physically, I knew we could get to it. Mentally,
I know, guys. So like, yeah.
I think because of you, I think this is why my brain is
the rest
going.
of the season,
I
if you
can
can
do
tell,
it.
if you see us a little physically tired, mentally tired, don't worry about it.
The bag's under our
We're
eyes.
fine.
Oh,
We're fine. As long as we're giving you good content that you guys are liking, we'll keep it up. We don't care what it takes. We'll do it for you guys.
We'll go guns a-blazing.
So we're going to call this night off on day 23. See you tomorrow for 24.
Take care.
If you're blue and you don't know where to go to, why don't you go where fashion sits? Different types who wear a day coat.
Oh man, so many films to get through in the Shocktoberfest, and some of them have not been good at all. I feel dirty about this. Well, better take a shower just to get the funk off of me. Yeah, that's it.
Dude, what are you doing? We have an episode to do. How are you taking a shower right now?
Dude, kind of exposed right here.
Okay, take it easy, Pee-wee.
Just give me 5 minutes, I'll get dressed, and we'll do this episode.
It's fine. Take your 5 minutes. Don't get all bent out of shape. Don't get mad. It's no big deal.
We all go a little mad sometimes.